Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. Roland is, without a doubt, the king of bad gear. Don't get me wrong, they have released fantastic instruments over the decades, but given the seemingly endless product portfolio, it is statistically implausible that all of them are universally loved masterpieces. Today we're going to talk about the U-20. This 1988 ROMpler is the successor to Roland's first dedicated sample playback synth, the U-110 Rec unit. Roland tacked on a keyboard, doubled the internal sample memory, added better converters and, most importantly, threw in a healthy dose of marketing mumbo-jumbo. Back in the day, the U-20 was a dream come true for many musicians. A seemingly proper keypad, a selection of bread and butter sounds, and some of Roland's trademark synth tones. It goes without saying that all this aged like a fine wine.
At the first glance, the U-20 is ticking all the boxes. Sleek but timeless 80s design, 61 keys with aftertouch and a breathtaking total of 3 sliders, one more than the DX7. The 2-line display was state-of-the-art in 1988 and would have been a great foundation for further improvement. I think there's a reason why Bender mod wheels don't look like this anymore, but it's always a pleasure to see full MIDI trios and multiple outputs. In its original state, the U-20 offers a 6-part multi-timbral, 30-voice sample player engine based on 4 megs of classic Roland sounds that will grace the unit's ROM forever. First and foremost, the much-disputed acoustic piano, the iconic distorted guitars, solid basses, dusty synth tones, sound FX, and some of the finest string patches in the history of humankind. The drum kits are 80s AF and could use a little more oomph. There are some sound shaping tools, but not many. LFO and envelope for amplitude, a simple pitch modulation effect called autoband, and the reverb and modulation FX are surprisingly usable. Please keep in mind that the U-20 has no filter. The Chord functionality and arpeggiator are a great addition though. As is, of course, tradition, the manual and UI suck big time. The mark jump functionality is very helpful and would have changed many more contemporary Roland UIs for the better. There are some well-documented issues with the keypad. I've read many complaints about dead keys and cleaning or replacing of the tagged switches might be necessary. I borrowed this particular keyboard from Vienna's very own synth repair wizard Thomas, so it's in perfect condition. Thanks for saving another show. U-20s are comparably cheap, but if you don't need yet another keyboard, you might want to consider getting the tonally similar U-220 the Prodigy used for string tones. U-110 PCM cards are compatible with the U-20 and can be quite a costly affair. 2 of them can be used at the same time, and they're highly recommended given the limited internal sound library.
The Roland U-20 is loaded with many classic sounds. Has it become obsolete, or is it one of the last rare pieces of underappreciated sleeper gear?
You have already heard the U-20 in our little intro tune. No surprises here. Let's test drive the keyboard's multi-timbrality in this proto house jam.
That was more fun than expected. Sure, the sounds are hit or miss, but some of them can still hold up. Polyphony is very limited, and you will need to spend some time tweaking the voice reserve parameters. The drums are children of their time and certainly don't fit every genre. I wanna know what happens if we add a Digitakt and Moog filter. Those strings and choir patches certainly sound sweet. Output assignment works like a charm and the bass sample stays defined even with the MF drive on 11. Vintage ROMplers like the U-20 are loaded with 80s clichés, which is exactly what many producers are looking for today. Dust off the polygon palm trees, polish your authentic Greek statues and put on some Outrun sun lotion for this I Am a Cop from the Future Synthwave 4K Laserdisc Vapor Fiction music. Verdict. It doesn't happen often that it is so easy to deliver a verdict on a piece of gear, and I think it has become obvious where the animosity towards the U-20 comes from. Almost no tweakability, a limited built-in sample library and hardware issues that made many of these units unusable as a standard keyboard. This being said, the U-20 is capable of producing plenty of clean and powerful sounds that still work in many genres, especially given the ongoing 80s revival. If you're looking for instant retro throwback and inspiration, this classic keyboard might be for you, but always remember, you don't play the U-20, the U-20 plays you. Thanks for watching and see you next time! Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting the channel and welcome to the monthly vocoder shoutouts. We're going to start with Tier 4. Thanks for watching, see you next time. I just found out that I still haven't returned the Roland JDXi and I feel a bit guilty. Still, it's the vocoder of my choice this month.
22 seconds is all it took. All the rides of the pyramids. Getting the light.
Tiers 5 and 6. DJ Lady Pleaser is a big fan of the microcorg as a weapon of self-defense. It can be used as a vocoder as well. The Nord modular is not exactly bad gear, but it is capable of creating weird sounds. I have to admit that I haven't used the vocoder much. Let's give it a try. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. See you next month.